and gentlemen, let me be brave to ask a question that so many want to ask. Some people ask it in the hiding, and I'm gonna get out of the closet to ask the question. The question that is whispered from ear to ear by many, by the uneducated, and by those that love to hold on to old philosophies. This whole molestation business really got out of hand. I'm going to speak on their behalf. I think today people are just looking for an excuse not to take responsibility. In my days, I'm sure things happened. Oh, we used to get beaten. It wasn't like today in school. You got soap in your mouth. You got salt. Boy, did you get grounded. I know some of my friends even got tied up to their bed. I know the kid that even got tied up in the woods by his lovely father. And today, of course, it's not nice. It's not right. It's definitely not holy to go touch a child in their private place. I mean, of course, I'm not saying it's right. Please understand me. But to see these 15-year-olds, these 20-year-olds, these 40-year-olds, they can't hold a job. They actually justify their drugs. And they say no one understands them. I'm human. I understand them. Things happen. You get up and you move on. I was just playing devil's advocate. In the next 7 or 8 clips, I will explain just a little bit, just a tiny drop of what actually happens to the one that gets molested. And if you think after the series of 7 or 8 clips that you will understand, I think it's only maybe 10%, and there is much, much more. But even after I explain everything, or the little bit that I do explain, people still ask, but didn't children get molested in the past? And the answer is yes, I know that for a fact. I deal with people that are 20 years older than me and talk to me about it. They can't really go through to therapy because they held a lid for 40, 50 years. It's hard to deal with it. I've never actually did therapy with someone in their 60s or 70s. I did only up to their 60s. And in those days in general, we did not enter into the world of feelings because it was abstract. We did not know about how feelings work. So they were just mocked. We were shut down. Not only shut down within molestation, shut down within everything. And you can live a life being shut down. It's not an enjoyable life. It's a life that you push yourself and you drag yourself every day. There's enough people there that are in denial, and you hear so many stories. And those of you that read this and know this, or you are yourself that way, you know when you're shut down, you could run and do. You could do a lot, but you can't really connect to people. You can't understand people. You cannot validate. You cannot really bond close. So people, I would say, lived physically, if you want to call that living. There's bacteria that are also called living, but it's just the bacteria. But there's a higher level of living, which is the level of feeling. And when you can feel and things run well in your life, it's a beautiful and extremely, extremely rich life. Let me tell you something. When you go through a day of 12 hours and it feels like an hour, it's really awesome. It's just amazing. You have something to look forward to. You're not pushing through another day. You constantly need to have so much to get you going. There's a life of spirit. So I would say in the last 50 years, give or take, since the 1950s, a lot of understanding of feelings have come out. And therefore, when someone is hurt, it has a greater effect. A simple analogy would be when someone has a black suit, there's a stain of grape juice, there's a stain of pomegranates, whatever stain, you barely will see it. When someone goes to a higher level, that they wear something beautiful, bright, fluorescent yellow or orange, and something really gorgeous, or a nice white suit, every tiny stain you could tell, and it really hurts them. Well, so you want to go back to the black suit. I know you'll have the benefit of not noticing the stains, but you'll have the negative of living a dead life. The difference between humans that live without feelings and people at the cemetery is there's not too much of a difference. They sit still and the other ones just walk around, but they're basically the same. Actually, in a way, in the cemetery might be better because it's once you're buried, there's no rent and there's no life insurance actually. There's no taxes. I mean, it's for free. Once you're buried, it's over. And here you got to pay all the bills and you eat, but you're still dead because you're just dragging yourself and trying to find some enthusiasm, a movie, an event, a summer to arrive, a vacation. You're always going from one event to the next event to motivate you from one idea to the next idea, but it's not being alive. It's not really living, and that is the answer why in the past people continue to go, because people just continue to move. Now, if you want to live that way, that's fine, and you could choose that for yourself, but it'll be very wrong to rob that privilege from another human being that wants to feel the good feelings, and when they feel the good feelings, they obviously feel the horrible feelings and the terrified feelings, and there is a way to heal them today, as we will talk about. Thank you very much.